One of the few Tokelauans to attend Harvard University on scholarship hopes to use his skills to prop up his people. Heto Puka graduated in May with a Master's in Public Administration, focusing on leadership and governance. With tears in his eyes, he told Lydia Lewis he has fulfilled the goals of his ancestors and parents who sent his generation out into the world to gather knowledge and return to serve Tokelau.
It was amazing. The program that I was on was about 240 students from around 90 countries around the world. So it was a blessing to meet, a whole lot of people from the other side of the world, really. It was an eye-opening experience for me because I was inspired by, getting to this journey and trying to find solutions for Tokelau's problems until I got there and find out that Tokelau's problems are probably, trivial compared to what's happening around the world, which gave me confidence in terms of maybe Tokelau's problems are, they're solvable.
Tell me about the moments that you were able to share that were eye-opening for people from other nations around the world.
It was basically just my journey. How did I get there and where I'm from? Lived in experiences with the people back home, the difficulties we have, the isolation. Perhaps, they haven't quite experienced something like that. I mean, one of the girls from in our class turned around and said, the stuff I was talking about, the troubles I got myself into. She's only watched that kind of stuff in movies or read about it in books. She's never really met anybody in her life that gone through the experience.
There are also issues of people not being able to get medical treatment in a timely manner. Was that an eye-opener for some people as well? Tell me some of the stories of, even recently, of sadly people passing away because they haven't been able to get the treatment that they've needed.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're familiar with the background of my career with Tokelau and how it ended, we were trying to address the kind of issue, getting help for our people.
What drives you? What hope do you have for the healthcare and the future for people in Tokelau?
On the health issues, it's more complicated than what people would like to think. But in terms of having access, it's actually, I think our focus at the time when I was with the public service was trying to get people to where the health services are provided at, in expeditious manner.
How serious are the consequences? So at the moment, if someone has a serious or severe health issue, how does not having infrastructure delay the process, or can it even be life-threatening?
Absolutely. I was with the Tokelau government for 20 years, and we lost people, over that period of time. So eventually, when I got myself elevated to senior roles within the government, I advocated for air services for Tokelau. Of course, we highlighted the fact that the air service should be part of a bigger solution. Conversations with New Zealand government. But at the same time, we focused on trying to get to address the isolation of Tokelau. Even just last week, they buried, my village in. Sorry, they just over last week they had to bury another woman. Died on the ship on the way from Tokelau to Samoa. And like I said, over the last 20 years, my 20 years in government, there had been, there was one of the major issues of concern. And we had to try and do our best with our own means in terms of addressing this.